Friends and viewers, good day. Today I'm intending to talk about one of the Greek tragedy written by Sophocles, who born in 495 and 406 BC. The name of this play is King Oedipus or Oedipus Rex. So this is one of the best tragedy written by one of the trilogy. There were three great tragedians in ancient Greek time: Sophocles, Euripides, and Aeschylus. And today we will talk about Sophocles, the Oedipus the King. This is based on the mythological background of Greek. So the story of the play starts like this. About 2 generations before the expedition to Troy, Laius and Jacusta, the king and queen of Thebes, were warned by the oracle of Apollo at Delphi that their newborn son was destined someday to kill his father and marry his mother. They were horrified by this prophecy and devised a plan which they thought would be circumvented. Laius pierced the baby's feet with an iron pin to prevent him from crawling, and secretly give him to a shepherd with order to abandon the child in the mountain where it would die from exposure. This shepherd was a merciful man and had pity on the innocent baby. When he got to the mountain, he gave the infant to his friend, a herdsman from Corinth, another kingdom, or Corinth. Without revealing the child's identity, he asked the Corinthian to take the baby far from Thebes, and later reported to Laius that king's command had been obeyed. The herdsman was servant of Polybius, the king of Corinth. When he returned home, he took the baby to his mother and said, he has found it alone in the countryside. Polybius and his wife Merope were childless. They adopted the infant and named him Oedipus. Oedipus means in Greek swollen foot because of his wound. The happy couple pretended he was their son and raised him as a prince of Corinth. So what happened? When Oedipus became a young man, he heard a vague rumors that Polybius was not his real father. These tales troubled him, and he went to Delphi to learn the truth from the oracle. In response to his question, the original prophecy was repeated. Oedipus was told that he was fated to murder his father and marry his mother. Believing that Polybius and Merope were his parent and not wishing to harm them, Oedipus decided not to return to Corinth while they were still alive. He traveled through Greece and eventually came into the vicinity of Thebes, from his original place where he born, which at that time was being ravaged by savage monster, the Sphinx. At a crossroad, Oedipus encountered an old man in a chariot, escorted by several attendants. It was Laius, on his way to Delphi to find out how to rid Thebes of the monsters. Laius and Oedipus were both hot-tempered, and dispute took place about possession of the right of way. Laius insulted and struck Oedipus, who defended himself by slaying the king and his servant. He continued on his way to Thebes, ignorant of the names of his victims. Outside the city of Oedipus meet the Sphinx, that monster, answered her mysterious riddle and killed her. The people of Thebes acclaimed him as a great hero. When they learned that Laius was dead, supposedly murdered by a gang of bandits, they made Oedipus their new king. He married Jacusta and in time had 4 children by her. The boys Eteocles and Polynices, and girls Ismene and Antigone. Thus the prophecy was fulfilled. Oedipus ruled wisely and consciously for the next few years, and Thebes prospered, but suddenly a terrible plague descended on the city. He sent to Delphi for advice and learned that the pestilence was Apollo's punishment to Thebes for having allowed the murder of Laius to go unavenged. Oedipus resolved to find the guilty person. In his investigation finally led him to discover his true parentage. He realized that he had committed abominable crimes and, overcome by shame and horror, put out his eyes and abdicated from the throne. Jacusta hanged herself. Oedipus planned to go into exile, but Jacusta's brother Creon, who was acting as regent, persuaded him to wait until the oracle sent instruction. Oedipus remained in the city for many years before he was finally banished. Now an old man, the blind and friendless Oedipus wandered helplessly through the Greece, accompanied by his only faithful daughter, Antigone. News of his crime and the curse which was thought to be on him had spread throughout the land, and Oedipus was rejected by all who met him. So, ladies and gentlemen, Oedipus the king, or Oedipus the Rex, he unknowingly, the prophecy was the king of Thebes and the queen Jacusta, when Oedipus was born, was told that his newborn baby will commit such a crime. In those days in Greece, 3 crimes were considered very heinous. Regicide, the killing of a king, which the Oedipus had killed, unknowingly married his near blood relative, the crime of incest, and the fratricide, the crime of fratricide, killing a father. So, because Oedipus was cursed and destined that he will commit this crime, and the fate had repeated itself, and he met his end. So this Oedipus, the name of this Oedipus, this mythology had taken by, in modern time, by the father of the psychoanalytic Sigmund Freud. He had used this phrase, Oedipus complex, in his psychology, where the Oedipus complex means a love of a boy towards her mother. And Electra complex is the opposite of this, the love of daughter towards her father. So, ladies and gentlemen, Oedipus the King, or Oedipus Rex, is a great play written by Sophocles, one of the tragedy, a very beautiful tragedy. I had just told you the outline of this Oedipus the King, or Rex. I hope you will enjoy it while you read this great Greek tragedy. Thank you.